Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Germany. We are back in Hinterland. That's where we are. And I was just actually making a call to Heinrich downtown, so to speak. And he was telling me that they have a replacement forage mixer wagon for us coming in shortly. You might be saying, Brad, we have a forage mixer wagon. We did have a forage mixer wagon. And then Brad went down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out how in the world I was going to make TMR. Wow, I guess I haven't done repairs for a while. How in the world I was going to do repairs, make TMR with the forage wagon we had, which mind you was the Fersen, this thing here. That was the problem right there. The 24,000 metric liters. It can't be tons because that that would be massive. 24,000 metric liters of TMR. It's kind of my fault, and I'll get into that here in a second. But we're going to get to work, and then I'll kind of explain the rabbit hole of what my life is with TMR. Speaking of rabbit hole, I don't know if any of you have checked out the new Kiefer Sutherland show, Rabbit Hole. I don't know what it's on. I'm watching it on Paramount Plus. Uh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Kind of reminds me of um, who's working for us today. Oh, good. She's good. It kind of reminds me of the old 24 style a little bit. What was his name? Jack? Oh my gosh. That's horrible because I was a massive 24 fan. So yeah, it reminds me. His character reminds me a little bit of that, only maybe not quite as angry in general or uptight. And it actually has some pretty good humor in it. Not so much the first episode. I would say if you can make it past the first, I thought the first episode was pretty good, but the second episode is what got me is what's going to get me coming back. There's 2 episodes available as I record this. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So if you're wait, what? What did I do here? There we go. If you're a fan of Kiefer Sutherland, if you like the show 24, if you like kind of the, I don't even know what to call it. He's kind of a, he's for hire, and he basically is for hire to help other. The way he puts it is, he's for hire so that he can make rich people screw over rich people. Is kind of the idea. So he gets paid a lot to set people up for different things. Not really necessarily criminal activity, you know. But anyways, good, a very good movie. Very good movie indeed. What are we doing? We're rolling. That's what we're doing. This field needs rolled. I think that field needs rolled. And that field obviously needs fertilizer, so we are fertilizing that field. I think after we roll here, I think we can. No, we're gonna have to wait for another growth period to fertilize these 2 fields with their second layer or application of fertilizer. So yeah, check that show out, Rabbit Hole. It's pretty good. But trust me on it. I thought the first episode was okay, but I think the second episode, for me, definitely kicked the show into neck 12th gear. So going back to the TMR fiasco. Oh, there you go. You can see our new mixer right over there. It came in. Very cool. We're gonna have to go pick that bad boy up. Heinrich said it wasn't here, so either Heinrich is lying to me, which I don't think he has any reason to. Heinrich's blind, and I've never realized that he was blind. Or it just came in from the 2 minutes ago that I talked to him on the phone, which is very possible. Hey. So anyways, that's our new mixer. It's a Lucas, and it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. And it holds 30,000, which is key. Which is very key because, and again, I'll say this, it's kind of my fault. Oh, I know you're having a hard time believing that I actually screwed something up. Mixing TMR is a ratio, right? And when you want to do square bailing, this is the first time I've done square bailing in FS22. I've been doing round bailing up until now. And I kind of forgot the sizes of square bales. And the way the math works out, with a 30,000 liter mixer, it is going to be very difficult to get the correct ratios for TMR. Primarily because of straw. Straw is the freaking culprit here. The smallest straw bale I can make with a square baler is, I think, 7,000 liters. And that's just too big. It's just too big. And did I say it was too big? It's too big. And it caused all kinds of problems. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, we can take our 7,000 liter square straw bales we have in storage. We'll take them downtown. We'll sell them. And we'll buy some smaller round bales for this time. But then I'm thinking, what about the next time and the next time? So, whoa, that was a nice little pause. So, needless to say, I was like, nope, not going to do this. This is going to be extremely frustrating. So what I ended up doing was selling our Fairson, which was brand new. So we basically got almost all of our money out of it. And bought the Lucas. The Lucas is 40. The math works out with a 40,000 liter bale, or mixer. Pretty much. It pretty much works out. It does work out, but it's, I don't know how to put it. It's like, technically straw is filler, right? I mean, you're not supposed to have, I don't think, more straw in a mix than you do silage or hay. And I don't even know. I'll have to go back and look again. My mind is so foggy about the math on this again, because I did all this yesterday after I recorded the episode. I was in it for a solid hour, doing various combinations of TMR mixing. And honestly, Giants could make life so much easier. So much easier if they had a little bit better display or something for TMR mixing. And I'm kind of surprised there hasn't been a mod that's come out that's almost like a TMR calculator or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm making it harder than it needs to be. But I think once you get your ratios down for the mixer you own, you're fine. You know, you're fine. You remember, like 2 silage bales, 1 hay, 1 straw, and some mineral feed. And maybe that's the idea. I think that's pretty much how I've done it in the past. But it's getting that mixture down that can be a little bit weird. Did any of that make sense? Hopefully it did. I'm going to show you the other option I considered, strongly considered, actually, for our mixing, because I haven't used this option in the past, you can get a you can get a TMR mixing silo or plant, like a stationary thing. Like there's those out there. I didn't think they really fit all that great on this map right now. Maybe in the future, but right now I kind of felt kind of weird about putting down this big silo building for TMR mixing. Plus, we don't have that many cows yet. Um, let's hop inside for a second. So yeah, did I already do this row? This row feels like it's already been done. No, I guess not. It was giving me the vibe of being done, but it hasn't been done. So, excuse me. Like I said, I'll show you this alternative dealio, which I think actually isn't so bad, and it is something I would definitely consider in the future. Let's head down this way. I know I've already kind of done this. This field always kind of ends up with like a half a deal. We can lift this up and go a little bit faster at this point. We're gonna go over this again anyways. So let's just get to the end. We'll get this next row started and I'll show you this alternative dealio I was thinking about. Lock in, lower, and go. So, this gizmo here is what I was thinking. Is it under production? Oh boy, I'm not gonna find it, I bet now. It's not under factories, silos, silo extensions, containers, tools. It's not under animals, generators, orchards, selling points. Oh, where in the world? You know what? Maybe I wonder if I disabled it. I might have disabled it. Yeah, I think I did. It's not going to show up here because it's not a mod like this. It is a stationary. Basically, it's a stationary Silo King. At the end of the day, that's what it is. And it's on a cement slab. It's I don't know if it is a Silo King. I think it is. And it's stationary. You don't have to hook a tractor up to it or anything like that. It's not PTO driven. I actually don't know how it's driven. I don't remember seeing a motor or anything or an engine attached to it, but that's what it is. And you treat it the same as you would a mixing wagon. You bring your stuff over and dump it in and it blends it. The only thing I didn't like about it, the price was right. The price was actually cheaper than getting a mixing wagon for the volume that it would create. The only thing I didn't like about it was it didn't require mineral feed, which I think for a lot of people, obviously that's a plus because you don't have to buy mineral feed. It's cheaper. You can just do, your hay, straw, and your silage. I tested it. I don't know how the game, I guess maybe just the modder set it up that way so that the final product is TMR. I guess you can set anything as a modder. You could say, sugar beets, canola, and sugarcane will make TMR if you want to. You can. I think you can make an end product anything you want it to be. And this did make TMR, and it just didn't require mineral feed, which for me, I don't know. I kind of like a little more. I hate to say realism because there's so many different ways to make TMR in the real world, but that part I didn't really care for. So I decided, you know what? I think we're just going to stick with the mixing wagon. We're going to have to use mineral feed, and the way this mixing wagon ratio works, we can continue using our square baler um, with the size bales that I have in storage, and we'll be happy. Technically, we are going to be happy, and I say technically because, again, I think it's a little bit weird. The game lets you get away with a little bit of ratio um, shenanigans, a little bit, which is good, I guess. I just wish there was a little bit better way that it was implemented. And I've thought about this a lot, like with percentages. The game uses percentages a lot, and I get that maybe in certain circumstances it almost has to, kinda, when it comes to, let's say, feeding your animals percentages, like this kind of thing, because your animal count will change. So that would, you know what I'm saying? But still, I mean, you could program the game to figure out, hey, I've got 26 cows. This is exactly how much. And I don't know if they do that just because they want you to make it. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just seems like things could be more exacting. And the one area that I think could be more exacting is the TMR. But maybe they leave it a little bit open so that people can use, so people feel like they can use different size bales and things like that. And I don't know. I don't know. I think our spreader is done because they're sitting there not moving. So they're either done or they think they're done and they're not done. So let's pause this for a sec and run over here. Did you finish up? You did. Very good. Okay. I think that's the only field that we can fertilize right now. I think we have to wait for both of these fields, our wheat and barley fields, to have a growth period. This one has both layers already done, so I think we're good. I think the only thing we have to worry about is rolling this field and our wheat field over yonder there. I think that's our wheat field over there. Whoa. Well, I don't always, but I oftentimes fat finger the keys and bring up my NVIDIA in-game overlay. I don't think you all see that when it happens. I don't think it records that, but I see it. Kind of freaks me out. So overall, I think Hinterland's going pretty well. I think we've got some pretty good progress going. Of course, we have a ways to go. It helped to start with a little bit of cash. That didn't hurt. I am strongly considering another series. I'm not sure when I might start it. I don't know if I'm going to wait until Old Family Farm is done. I'm not sure. Because the series I have in mind, on the map that I have in mind, well, at least the map that I have in mind right now would fit into kind of the Throwback Thursday thing, because it is a map that's been around for many years. And I want to try a different play style as far as a true rags to riches, from scratch, zero, showing up in a VW in a VW van and probably smelling to the high heavens, zero cash, man. I mean, you're hungry, you got to get some work, or that kind of thing. And I want to do it. I'm not particularly interested to do that on a map like Hinterland or like one of these more cut your own fields map, I kind of want to do it on a map that is. I kind of want to do it on a map that, you know, has industry and farmers already probably on it, and, you know, I mean, it's not out in the wilderness kind of a thing. And just my thoughts, my ideas. I'm still looking into it. Something I'm thinking about doing. Eventually, I got a plan for something past Old Family Farm. Seems like, as much as I am definitely enjoying Old Family Farm, and it seems like it gets decent views. People seem to like it. It will come to an end eventually, and I want to have that Throwback Thursday slot filled with something. And knowing me and the way I play the game, it's usually Throwback Thursday with an extra with an extra episode or two on the weekends or something. I just hate to play. I want to play the game, and I just hate to. I hate to not. I hate to get too far and not record progress, because I don't want you all to miss a bunch of progress, especially on the Old Family Farm. More so, even, I think, because most of the things we're doing here on Hinterland, you've either done yourself or you've seen 1,000 times or done it yourself 1,000 times. Not that it's not fun to watch, because I still watch farming simulator videos of people doing things that I've done, I'm sure, thousands of times in this game. But on Old Family Farm, you know, you're using kind of older equipment, and things are just a little bit different, a little bit more unique. So I kind of like to make sure I am recording as much of that as possible, I guess. I'll tell you what, if I lived here, which, by the way, would love to, like, you wouldn't have to ask twice kind of thing. In fact, I wouldn't need much at all other than knowing that I could get food and supplies because, oh, the boat's here. Nice. Hey, boat. Probably bringing tourists. Oh, if they're bringing tourists, let's get our beacon. Want to make sure the tourists see this giant see this giant white tractor with a massive roller behind it, you know, because it might be easy to miss. You know what I should do is I should hire some kids that come off the boat to go hunt down our golden collectible deals. Make them find them. Maybe give them a cut of the profits, you know. Good for nothings would probably take them with them on the boat, though. Hooligans. Hooligans, I tell you. And there goes the boat. Wasn't here very long. So we'll see. I don't know. It's always thinking of the next map to play, the next map to, you know, how, you know, different gameplay styles and things like that. And it's just fun. This game doesn't. I was gonna say this game really doesn't get old. However, I mean, like any game, you know, maybe you take breaks from it. I had to take a break from it. I'm glad I did, because I feel basically as enthused about this game than I ever have been. But boy, I'll tell you, when I first started playing Farming Simulator, oh man, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like it was a drug. It was just I could not get enough. I could have stayed home from work and just played it. I could have played it 24/7. Got a little sleep probably, and that's it. I would have just kept going and going. Just insane how much this game grabbed me. So massively addicting. Let's get a headland done along here. But yeah, this would not be a bad place to call home, would it? Looking forward to seeing it in the winter if we do get a good snow. Kinda want to see what Hinterland looks like with a good snowfall on it. May lose the Lamborghini, may not be able to find it. I'm gonna try and do my best to do some in-cab rolling, not to miss too much. Again, this is one of those things where I just don't worry all that much about missing little dabs here and there. It just doesn't really make much of a difference with the final results. But I try to get as good a coverage as I can overall. I'm looking forward to. Ooh, I got over a little far there though. Looking forward to Omatana's map that she's working on now coming out. I don't know when it will come out, but I guess it's called Marigold Farms. And if you want to watch her do some map modding, she does have that on her YouTube channel, her English channel, in fact. It's kind of fun to watch her create her new map. It's kind of interesting to see. I wonder where she picked up doing it from. I wonder if it's just self-taught. I should ask in her channel and see if she'd throw an answer out there. I'd be curious if it's self-taught or if she has a background in something that assisted her to do modding and map creating. If it's just a love for the game and she was like, I want to learn how to, do these things. That's how I learned what I know, at least, about modding, was just simply because of a love for the game and wanting to just kind of tweak things myself. So I started, we'll just go around you. Don't worry about us. So I just started getting into the mods and digging into XML files and figuring out what come on, give us some gas. There you go. Figuring out what all the XML files were doing and what they mean. Some of it's pretty easy to figure out, if I'm being honest. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what some of it does. Some of it's a little more advanced than I'm at, that's for sure. But some of it's pretty straightforward. If you want to change fill volumes, if you want to change the speed at which things dump, like a trailer dumps product, or if you want to change how fast it can receive product, things like that, those kind of things aren't too bad to figure out. Or even what type of product they will take. Isn't too bad. Some of it you can honestly just copy and paste from other mods, and that have what you want. As long as you know where to put it, you can kind of get away with a lot of copy and pasting. Um, but then some of it is over my head, definitely over my ability, and I am certainly not capable of doing a mod from scratch. That's not something I have ever have gotten into. I think if I did do modding from scratch, I would probably start with like maybe some scripting mods, even though they're not the easiest thing in the world to do. Um, at least I wouldn't have to worry about doing any 3D modeling or anything like that. I've always wanted to learn that, though. I always regret not having um, learned that skill. I always thought that would be a very fun thing to do. A direction, A, B, A heading set. That's what we want. And we want 90 again, I think. I don't have my lines visible, but I bet we are good. And just to learn some more about scripting and things, just so that I can tweak mods or troubleshoot mods or, do that kind of thing would be kind of fun. Very time consuming, I would imagine, a lot of that though. Well, I think we're going to get this wrapped up for this episode. I want to take one more quick peek before I let you go you can stop right there, Lambo. Just want to take one more quick peek to make sure I just wasn't missing I think it was under, boy, I can't remember where those Silo Kings were, if I'm being honest. I think they might have been under factories. Not under animals. I don't remember them being under the animals at all. So decoration, negative. No. What's that little gizmo? Oh, I got a little Robert flag. That must have been along with the Robert pack that I've got. Anyways, all right. Let's do this though before we shut her down. I'll get a maybe kick off a little hired hand action. See how much they can make a disaster of this. Oh, good. All right. Oh, she left the beacon on. Kind of surprised. A lot of times the hired hands turn lights and beacons off, I thought. Anyways, well, thanks everyone for joining me again here here in Hinterland. Tomorrow, when is this? This is on Wednesday. So we're back to the old family farm for Thursday. This is the next time I will see you. Boy, the week kind of flies by when you're putting videos out every day. It's kind of hard to believe we're already back to the old family farm. But thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, of course, if you would. And subscribe if you would also. Be great. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will see you Thursday morning. Thanks much, everyone. Bye for now.